Hi, this is Mart. I've been watching a series recently called The Queen's Gambit on Netflix. It's got Anya Taylor-Joy playing Beth Harmon, Elizabeth Harmon, and she's a chess prodigy, and it shows her life and times from a child to adulthood. It's a period drama, coming of age story of a very talented young girl who becomes a very talented young woman. It shows her at the start being brought to an orphanage, and she's very smart. She's one of those kids where she finishes the exam and she's basically given a duster to go down and clean the duster in the basement. And they're giving out tranquilizer pills to the kids as well, and she's having kind of hallucinations as well. And she sees Mr. Sheppel, Bill Camp, who's a great actor. Bill Camp now you'd see in a lot of movies. Bill's been in Joker, The Killing of a Sacred Deer, and he was in a great movie with Dark Waters with Mark Ruffalo recently. And Mr. Sheppel is the groundsman, the kind of caretaker of the orphanage, and he's playing chess just by himself. And Beth starts noticing him and watching how he's moving the pieces on the board, and she kind of figures out what he's doing, but she asks him to show her how to play chess, and he shows her in a way, and they start competing against each other every time she's finished her exams early. It shows then, they're taking tranquilizer pills to kind of keep the kids kind of under control as they would have seen it and in the 1960s. And she gets kind of hooked on them when they start getting rid of them, when the government brings in a law to stop tranquilizing children. But she's kind of hooked on them then, and she's playing chess, and she's seeing images of chessboards on the ceiling, and she's kind of out of it as well when she's playing. But she enters some of these early tournaments, and she starts winning. Alma and Alston Wheatley take her in. They foster her in a nice big house, but the father's away a lot. So it's just herself and the mother, and she's on these tranquilizers as well that she'd been taking Beth in school. So she takes some of them for herself, But she ends up, seeing a paper in one of the shops when she was getting the tranquilizer for her mother, and sees one of the magazines, and she sees there's some chess tournaments coming up, and she asks, she sends a letter over to Mr. Shapel, Bill Camp, just for some money, entrance money for the tournament. So she goes to that tournament, I think it's the Kentucky Championships, and she plays Harry Beltek. He's kind of the champion, so she gets through the rounds. Mostly, she plays a girl in the first round, I think, and then she plays a lot of different boys along the way. Then she's up against then. She goes traveling with her mother a lot then, all over America on planes, and they have great times. And then she ends up hearing about the United States Championships, and Benny Watts, who's the United States champion. She meets some players along the way, and she's kind of has a crush on this journalist and fellow player, D.L. Towns. Kind of love her life, her first love anyway. It basically shows then the rise of herself in the chess world, while she's kind of has a drug and alcohol dependency, and it kind of shows both sides of that story as it goes along, the ups and downs of her life. She met a girl in the orphanage earlier on, Jolene, and she kind of comes to her aid and helps her, like when her mother passes away, and she's just by herself in the big house. And she takes on the best as well, but she beats everyone, even Benny Watts, the US champion. And her big aim then is just to beat all the Russians, which she does. And then she plays Borgoff, and he had beaten her earlier on as Benny Watts had. And it's just very difficult for her to play against him. But eventually she wins out in the end. And in the end of the series, it's a 7-part series on Netflix, The Queen's Gambit, is excellent. I love the end of the series. I won't spoil it here, but she's on the way to the airport, and she just gets out of her car It's just it's an excellent ending, and I think the actress Anya Taylor-Joy, I think she's from Florida. She's excellent in the role. Just the way she portrays the character, different sides to her, is amazing. And she just basically fixated on chess. I mean, and she does get along with people as well. She is social, but she has her own type of social friends. So that's the review of The Queen's Gambit. If you like this review, just you can like our page and subscribe to the Lear Media channel, and you can watch more Lear Media videos such as Be My Guest and The Final Whistle. I'll be back for another review very soon.